Hey, Marion. Welcome to a brand new year, 2026, 2027 year. We're starting off strong. I am Lieutenant Colonel Josh Hollingsworth. I'm the professor of military science here at MMI. And with me is Matthew Lipsky, our brand new Cadet Battalion Commander. We just selected him a couple days ago and thought no better way to do an introduction than our first Coffee with the Colonel of this year with Cadet Lipsky. He had a very busy summer, so he did advanced camp with the 8th Regiment at Fort Knox, and prior to that, he attended airborne school at Fort Benning, Georgia. So I'd like to introduce now officially Cadet Lipsky, Battalion Commander. Anything you want to say about those events, or anything overall?
Thank you, sir. Like the sir said, I went to airborne school at Fort Benning this summer. After airborne, I went straight to CST for 8th Reg. Airborne was awesome. I wasn't expecting to interface with the people that I got to, junior officers, senior officers, rangers, Mustang officers. It was, I think, a very enriching experience, not just, getting to jump out of a high performance aircraft, but also interfacing and interacting with actual Army soldiers and officers. I got to learn a lot from them, things I want to replicate. And then went up to CST, had a great time for the most part. I mean, it rained a couple times on us, but it's the Army.
Yep.
And the people I met there were fantastic, and I think we helped each other out. Teamwork makes the dream work, like they say. And now I'm back here, happy to be here.
All right. Well, I'm glad that you were successful, kept those feet and knees together, obviously, during your 5 landings, and very successful summer at Fort Knox through 8th Regiment. So congratulations, and also special congratulations for me on being selected as a Cadet Battalion Commander. So
Thanks, sir.
happy to have him in this position. So with that, I'll turn it over to you. Anything in your new role that you want to ask?
Sir, what would you say? I believe I asked this last time as well. What would you say is the thing that we as the fours should focus teaching the threes for camp, especially seeing our scores coming out of CST this year?
Yeah, I would say your scores were way better. All right. So I think what the fours did last year and my vision to prepare you has transcended fully. I think what now needs to happen is you, as the Cadet Battalion Commander, need to continue to carry that vision forward. So there were definitely areas we could improve. And I think as we look through how we did overall at CST, what you can do is validate that those training lessons are planned, resourced, and scheduled so we can ensure that the threes are prepared to go. So I think that's the best case. Yes, sir.
And then for the fours, newly minted fours, camp qualified, uh, what do you think they should focus on, and have you seen in years prior for the transition from a cadet to a newly minted officer?
Yeah. I think that's a great question. So I think the fours, they got two areas that I need them to stay focused on. Number one is academics, right? Because although you've been successful at advanced camp and you've done a lot of great things for the Corps, if you do not complete your academics, then you won't graduate and commission. And so I think that's the number one piece that I would tell them to focus on. Number two is preparedness for the MS3. So every four now has a new role. And in that role, they've got um, a responsibility within those roles to train the MS3s. And so I'm going to be looking at who fills which role the best and which areas need a little bit more attention, with the expectation that not only you focus on academics, but you're prepared and focused on ensuring the threes can do the best they can, because we have 40 brand new MS3s ready to be trained. So
Yes, sir. And finally, do you know, I'm sure it varies on state, guard, reserve, active, what school follow on, but do you know a general idea of what the summer after our hopefully upcoming lieutenants graduate and commission, what that interim looks like?
yeah, absolutely. I think so. Once you graduate and you are now Lieutenant Lipsky, you'll transition to that 4-year university. My best advice is get there sooner, depending on which school you go to. Some universities, your first year, make you live on campus. Since you're coming in as a junior, some universities allow you to live off campus. My first bit of advice would be to figure out where you're going to live. Second piece, schools are expensive. Although you did earn the EAP and serving in the National Guard, For me, like I worked through college with help, which helped keep me focused in terms of having somewhere to be outside of class, maintaining that discipline to be responsible for myself and pay my bills and things like that. So that's a recommendation, obviously not a requirement, but I think that's what I would do. I would center yourself on getting as focused and prepared to enter that 4-year university as possible. So, yes, sir. Yeah, great question. So, with that, my final question to you is in May, you'll commission as a second lieutenant and you'll move off. So, anyone watching this video, like, what would you tell them about, the marrying experience thus far, and then where you plan to go next?
I think for the marine experience, it is something you definitely get out what you put into it. If you want to come here for 2 years and just take your classes and graduate and commission, you can do that. But if you put time and effort into not only the ECP program, but also the core, then you will reap the rewards of that. You'll meet new people, meet good people, and get to go on experiences that you wouldn't otherwise. And then, sorry, what was the other question?
And where are you headed next?
After this, I got to preface this with a nice roll tide. I'm probably going to end up at Auburn University. Again, roll tide, but they've got just the program that I'm looking at.
Nice. Yeah. Cat Lipsky saying roll tide 'cause he knows I'm an Alabama alum, but no hate there. You gotta do what's best for you. And I think both universities have a incredible academic um, processes. So I think whatever works best for you is the way to go. So all right. Hey, with that, that's all the time we have today. If you got any questions for our new battalion commander, don't hesitate to put them in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.